We are on?
We are on.
We are on. Hello, hello. Mate,
Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? It is afternoon.
it is afternoon. It's gone
after
1
one.
o'clock.
Meant to be training with Ev at the moment.
Sorry, Evan.
Currently sitting on the couch. when
We
record
got
podcast.
preoccupied.
We did. Looking at important things in our life.
Important business decisions to be made.
We could call it a business decision.
It is, in the grand scheme of success.
Whole life's got to change.
Like,
gotta
effectively today.
We said this last weekend too. We got to exponentially level up.
We do. And I figured I'm going to reverse engineer it, and I have a plan as to how.
Okay.
I'm just not going to break it down right now.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I haven't formulated it into like...
If we were to break it down, it would probably take us 3 hours.
Exactly, because we can't actually I haven't actually engineered the plan yet.
We all know how everyone loves long podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Loves it. With passion.
All we do is here whinging. But anyway, mate.
Episode 22. Start us off, though, mate.
22. So I was going to say, I'll start us off with a clap.
Yeah. That's my IG tag right here. Yours is actually there. Yours is there.
On the pink pillow.
Mine's going to be on this black pillow just here.
I usually enable the camera from my watch, but I'm pretty sure it's recording, but the watch isn't connected.
You would
camera
hate...
app on watches is fucking shit.
It doesn't... It needs to be improved.
Let me close
Oh,
it.
you've changed your wristband, mate.
Yeah, the white one was just getting a bit fucked out.
This one's getting a bit dirty, not going to lie to you.
Well, I've worn it when I went away and everything, so it had red dirt.
Yeah.
And shit.
When I went karting out in the bush, out in the dirt,
in the bush,
mine's gotten pretty orange too, so either you're going to have to order a new one or...
I might get a different.
Should have got the black one, eh?
I might get a clear and a black just to everyday wear, but when I'm at the office, I feel like this looks a bit.
It
Sleek,
looks,
so.
yeah, it does look sleek.
So. But yeah, mate. How you been? What's been happening?
Good, mate. Good. It's been an
this
interesting
week,
week.
eh?
Yeah,
This week?
hardly up
Yeah,
until
barely.
today, really. Look,
Barely, boy.
interesting week.
Very.
Yeah. So I got called into the old jury duty, right?
Jury
And
duty.
let me tell ya,
I didn't realise they took 22.
didn't realise they took minorities,
But people of a certain skin
people who have been
complexion.
left in the oven for a little bit longer than normal. I didn't realise they
outcasts of society into the courtroom.
trust my judgment of
We
all.
walked into the jury, sat
They
down,
put me into defence and they were like guilty, and I was like, what the fuck?
everyone shuffled over. So what do we all think, guys?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let me tell you real quick, it is really nice to record in the daytime.
Yeah. I just have energy.
I don't
feel
feel
like
like
I'm
I'm falling asleep right
Yeah.
now. It's fantastic.
It is good.
Look, jury duty was great. So it's an interesting process.
Okay. Talk us through it. I've never been.
Okay, so you get called into this big fuck off waiting room essentially, and there's like 300 of you or
Yep.
500. And your numbers you get given an identification, and it's a number. You don't go by name. And
Oh.
they call out your
You're full anonymous.
yeah
Okay.
yeah they call out your number.
That black guy.
And they're like, this is the case. Yeah, I'm the only black guy there. They're like, this is the case. They're like, all right, next case is ready. And then she calls out like 20 numbers.
Yep.
And then once those 20 numbers get called out, they go to a different room. They go to the court, right?
Okay.
I was there till the end, right? And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm going home. No, turns out she was like, this one's a 4-day case. For the rest of you guys who are remaining, stand up now and follow your jury officer. So we go in. We're waiting. We're like, oh, it's a 4-day case. Like, wonder what it is, you know. It's grievous.
4-day case.
Yeah. So then we get called into the courtroom.
Yep.
Now, I can't remember the chronological order of this, but we go into the courtroom. We all sit down again at the back of the court, and it's either before
At the
or
back
after.
of the court?
Yeah.
So you don't sit in a little stand
Well,
next.
we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting
Sorry.
there. So, for the sake of ease, I'm going to say it happened like this. So the judge explained everything to us, and then basically, once you're in there, you're still not guaranteed to be in the jury. So
Oh.
you get drawn again, right? And the defense has the ability to challenge 3 separate people who've been called up. So basically, if you stand up and the defendant or the defendant's lawyer says challenge, you just sit back down and you're not on the jury. There's no explanations needed.
So they don't have to argue why they said
No,
challenge.
nothing. They can just say challenge, and then you have to sit back down.
Does there's the defendant and what's the other one? The prosecutor.
The prosecutor or
do
complainant.
they get a chance to challenge?
I think they do, but the guy was like this case was state versus defendant. It wasn't like specific
Okay.
person, so I don't think the lawyer on that side cared. So a couple of people get caught up, and then like the 3rd, 4th person gets caught up, and she looks like she's vouching for the rainbows. You know?
Okay. Yep.
challenge straight away, straight away.
Don't blame her.
So he's the defendant, and then so he's
The
like
defendant or the lawyer?
The defendant said challenge.
Oh, the defendant straight out.
Yeah, but before this even happened, the lawyer was like, we both agreed the defendant's going to let me choose when we challenge or not.
Absolutely
Didn't happen.
fucking not.
Just straight away, he's like, challenge. So she sat down, calls a couple of people. Another woman stands up, looking like she's repping the rainbows again. Challenge. And by this stage, I was like, this guy has an agenda.
Just quickly, when you say repping the rainbows, you mean like
They
pride?
look like they're
like gay pride and all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Like you wouldn't want to assume their sexuality, but
No.
yes.
Have you seen all those, just quickly, those TikToks where it's like, how do I feel about LGBT?
Yeah, LeBron.
And it's how do I feel about LeBron giving back to communities?
Yeah. It's goated. So they were both LeBron giving back to the community.
Yep.
And but in between this this defendant was just staring at me, and I was like, oh, he's got a fucking bone to pick with me. And I was
You
like,
were the
at this
guy?
stage, I was like, fuck, I hope I don't get picked. Because I was just like, I just kind of want to go home. I was like, at this stage, it was like 11, 12 o'clock, and I was like, sweet, like, you're supposed to go back to work, but I was like, I'll just get paid for a half day and just go home.
Yeah.
So, and then, I think there's like 3 people left. And one person gets called up, whatever. Another person gets called up, repping the rainbows, or, look judgmental.
Look like
She stands up, fucking challenge. So all 3 of the challenges was used by him. And
he does.
I was,
He looks like he's got
the
an agenda
third one
at this point,
looked
eh?
the third one looked livid that there was a challenge against her, like pissed. And I was
probably- 'cause
I
they-
low-key found it so funny.
Well, I feel like people that rep the rainbows, no offense to you guys, because we are an inclusive podcast, I feel like they have like a certain assertiveness to just assume that people have vendettas against them.
Yeah.
Even if there's no secondary agenda, I guarantee that third person somehow had ties to the first 2 people
Yeah.
and were like, nah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing it.
So
You see the next
and
case?
and I'm not going to say the race or anything, but once we go into it, I think you might be able to piece it together just because of the location of where it all happened.
Okay.
But anyway, he was like staring at me non-stop, and in this certain
You lock eyes?
quite a lot,
Okay.
right? And in this certain culture, it's deemed usually rude to look someone in the eye, like maintain eye contact. So
Yep.
out of respect, they'd usually look away, right? So if you can assume from there, the background. So I was like, man, if I get called, he's challenging me. But then the third one got challenged, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get called up anyway because there's only 2 seats left. But even if I did, he can't challenge me. And then I get called up second last and then last. So go through it all, and it's basically a grievous bodily harm case. So the argument was the state's case, sort of the accuser's case, didn't really do anything, just playfully tapped him on the ass, said, how you going? And the guy got mad, turned around, wanted to fight him. They got separated. He went out front, like the guy who was the defendant went out front, and then the other guy came to apologise, tapped him on the back, got knocked out, jaw broken, grievous bodily harm. So it wasn't
So the
self-defense.
defendant was the one that
So the-
tapped the guy on the arse?
No. So the complainant or the accuser.
Yep.
So basically, the whole case is a grievous bodily harm case, and that it wasn't done in self-defense.
Okay.
But the accusing side was the fact that had happened, right? So he'd gone up to say sorry.
Yep.
Clocked.
Yep.
So that was the case. The lawyers broke it down to us beforehand. And then comes in the first witness. And the first witness is the actual person who is making the case, right? And this motherfucker can't even stick to a story that his lawyer was running through with him. So he was already on the back foot. And at this stage, I was like, this isn't looking good for you, mate.
He's not making his case.
He's not really making his case at
And
all.
like I've watched a lot of Suits, the whole of the season.
I
twice.
guess you could say I'm well seasoned.
So I'm pretty much a lawyer at this stage.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really everything you're taking. I'm taking with a fine
Yeah,
tooth
exactly.
comb. And I'm
And
going
you
through it,
you're
so-
making your own judgment,
Yeah.
right? So the problem is the state. So the defendant doesn't have to prove anything. The defendant just had to they could have said nothing.
Yeah.
It's up to the state to prove without any reasonable doubt
that he's
that
guilty.
this was done not in self-defense.
Because innocent until proven guilty
Exactly.
is the general consensus, you know?
So this guy stumbling on his own story is already putting doubt in our head, and that's not good. So then he gets cross-examined by the defense's lawyer, and and it went from I didn't want to fight, Nothing was said. I just tapped him on the butt, and then all of a sudden he like knocked me out essentially.
Yep.
To by the end of it, including the police statements, he'd ripped off his shirt. He's wanting to fight the other guy as well. They got separated. Within 15 seconds, followed him out the front and then got knocked out because he'd grabbed him from behind rather than tapping him on the shoulder. But then, yeah, obviously went through. When it came to the defendant sitting on the stand, it was like some shit out of a movie. Like the lawyer in the state was actually like grilling him, getting him angry. Like the defendant was getting mad. It was actually like, I was like, holy shit, like this is cool.
Yeah, okay.
And
shit.
so like it was badgering him.
Did
It was
the
like,
defendant look as like a stereotypical grievous bodily harm?
yeah.
So he did.
So like everyone makes assumptions when they first come in. And
I was
you
going to
obviously
say, describe him to me, because like
bigger guy, like
fatter or musclier? Big build?
bit of both.
Okay.
So the other guy, the accuser was like shorter,
Yep.
and then the defendant was bigger. So you can see how the damage would have been done.
Yep.
And he looked very, very nervous when you first walked in. But then, you know, you're always going to be nervous.
The
You're
defendant?
yeah.
You're on trial.
Exactly. So he's on trial. But yeah, the point is, he wasn't really doing himself much justice either, because the lawyer had asked him how many beers he'd had, and he's like, I had 12. Hadn't eaten since breakfast, and I had 12 beers from 3 till the incident happened.
Okay.
He's like, I probably drank more, to be honest. He's like, I go through it. And like, so he was really...
At least he's being honest, though.
Yeah, but he was building himself up to be like, he was absolutely poleaxed, severe lapse of judgment, that sort of stuff. But then like the lawyer was grilling him, and you know, it was funny because it was like out of a movie, as I said. He was getting mad, and they were like...
Because they twist your words and everything. Yeah.
And he was getting...
Oh, so you're telling you had 12 beers?
And he was getting pissed at the lawyer, and I actually thought by the end of it he was going to turn around and fucking punch the lawyer. It was ridiculous.
Was the lawyer getting his face and shit, like right up on his stand?
Nah, but it was just
Dude, I
like...
want to be on a jury now. This sounds sick.
So sidebar on this, I have a really toxic thought that I believe I would not crack on the stand.
Yeah, 100%.
Because both of them were fumbling and I was like,
absolutely
bro,
fumbling the bag.
yeah. And after seeing how Johnny Depp handled it compared to this guy, you know, it's chalk and cheese. So anyway, long story short, is he had his brother as a witness, and his brother was a terrible witness because I swear he wasn't even there. He was, the way he was recalling the story compared to the defendant. He probably wasn't. By the way, this was at a wake of a funeral. I forgot to mention that. This all happened at the wake of a funeral. So anyway, long story short, by the end of it all, we're all as confused as each other. And in the jury room, it was just as confusing.
Everyone's just sitting there.
And it was like...
Did you say much in the jury room? Do you have an input?
Yeah. I wasn't the spokesperson.
Yep. So how does it work? Does someone orchestrate like that conversation in the room?
So initially, it started from being just everyone was just chatting about, you know, how cool, how weird is it being on jury duty and that sort of stuff. And then like,
now the jury's going to go discuss.
But it's not
dude,
like
how
you listen.
sick is this?
But it's not like you listen to the whole court case and then you go in. You go in like,
yeah,
sometimes every 10 minutes. It depends on when the lawyers want to clarify something and the judge and shit that we shouldn't be hearing. So you get time to chat over and over, and you start building up, you know, for and against throughout the whole sort of process. And it wasn't till the final day when we were just like we're going on making a decision where we did a head count of, I'm not going to say what my initial verdict was or whatever, but we did a head count of guilty, not guilty, and it was pretty split.
From my recollection here, I'm going to tell you I would be voting not guilty.
Yeah, based on what you've heard, right?
Yes.
So, you know, it was pretty split.
Yep.
And we were like, oh, fuck, it's going to be a long time because it was, as I said, pretty much 50-50.
Yep.
But anyway, so there's 14 of us at this stage. Before we go into the deliberation, when you make the decision, 2 people also got basically voted off. So there's only 12 that can go on deliberation out of 14. So 2 people had to go home before we did that.
Yep.
And then I was back in again. And I was like, knowing my luck, I'm gone now. I've done all this and now I'm going to get sent home. The first number to get called. And I was like, well, okay, cool.
Oh, so you got sent home?
No, I didn't. I was the first number to get called as to be remaining.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But anyway, so we went out back again. And like at this stage, I was just getting sick of everyone rambling on like in their own sort of conversations. So that's when I was like, all right, fuck it. Like just show of hands. We're going to write on the board. We're going to form like a statement for and against. And then from there, we'll express if someone's close to the, you know, being on the fence, that sort of stuff. And basically, a lot of people were on the fence, which is doubt.
Yeah.
So ended up being not guilty. And he was very, very happy. The lawyer was crying. Like, it was obviously, that sort of reaction tells us that we did the right thing. because it wasn't just a one-sided situation.
As soon as I heard from the police recount that old mate had his shirt off and he was trying to fight him, you instantly
because part of the questioning, the lawyer was like, did you take your shirt off? Was it possible at any time you'd thrown a punch?
And you got to swear to oath, you can't lie.
Yeah, or you'd taken your shirt off. This happened 2 years ago, so obviously memory can be fuzzy, but there's certain things that you should remember that.
Yeah.
She was like, it's not possible at any time that you could have taken your shirt off. Maybe when you guys, initially got into a little bit of a heated moment. And he's like, nah, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we had a police officer came in. He gave his testimony. His shirt was off. Like,
it's actually body cam footage of this guy. Like,
yeah.
See those TikToks like, hey man, can I get a napkin? Someone's just come behind him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, let's go.
Yeah. So, look, neither helped their case because they both reacted. They both didn't do well being scrutinised, and obviously you're nervous in court. But point being, it was not guilty. It was an experience.
Experience of a lifetime, mate.
It was nice.
Oh.
Kind of made me want to be a lawyer, to be honest.
Yeah, look, I've always, when I was, because I like chatting shit. I can like fucking.
Yeah.
And Dad was like, "You'd be a great lawyer." I'd be like, I have thought of it,
but I'm not getting a 95 ATAR and fucking studying.
How would you handle
business law? I'd like to do business law. I think.
Yeah, business law would be alright. I can do business law. How the fuck am I meant to go defend someone that I know has killed a man?
Yeah, or
something.
Or
like
you
that.
put someone who you knows killed a man in jail. You've got a target on your back.
100%, especially if he's part of like the underworld.
Whereas business law,
it's or if he's killed someone on the road from drink driving, well, I'm fucking going up there and I'm dobbing the cunt in.
Yeah, business law is suits. You're suing. Yeah.
That looks sick. Imagine being a high roller in a suit. You wouldn't do it in Perth. Imagine like going to New York in a suit, bro, and you're just rocking up to a courtroom to fucking
2JM Lawyer Services, all right?
We do everything here.
That's it. If you want a lawyer, contact us.
Yeah. Well, you had an interesting week then.
Yeah, so it was good. And then I walked out, not guilty. I was like, cool, get to go home.
Cool.
Went up to the top of the car park. Car was broken into. So I went back to court, and I was like, we're fucking
It was the prosecutor that broke into a car. They're like, fuck this guy.
So my car got broken into. That shit got ran through. That was mint.
I got my car broken into long ago as well.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I was actually going to lodge a police report because I reckon I had close to $3,000 worth of shit sold.
Yeah, I had probably about $1,500 worth of shit.
And my excess on my car is $500, so I was actually going to lodge it, and then.
I was livid.
Yeah.
I went up to my window and I was like, don't remember that shit being on my passenger seat, to be honest. And then I looked in the back seat and I was like, I also remember a gym bag being there.
And lock your car?
I swear I did, but now I'm gaslighting myself thinking I didn't lock my car. But every time I get out of my car, I press my thing twice so it beeps.
Yeah.
So.
Unlucky, mate.
Wasn't fun.
Karma.
Literally
the
karma.
Wrong verdict, I see what you did there. Karma.
So then other than that, worked, and now we're here. How about you, mate?
Busy week at work,
story,
actually.
by the way. Sorry to the listeners.
No, you're right. Really long. You're right, mate. It was quite an entertaining story. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Pretty busy. So mum and dad went away last week, so it was just me. I work with my parents, obviously. So it was just me holding down the fort as the boss man, you could call it.
The kingpin.
The kingpin. So mum went away on Thursday.
It's in shambles. You're out of business now.
Yeah, absolutely in over my head.
Yep.
No. So mum went away Thursday. Dad went away Saturday, and then he came back Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, and mum came back Thursday. But then Dad worked 3 days, and now he's flown off to Queensland for like 3 weeks.
But he could do work from there.
Yeah. Well, not really. He's taking He's coaching a baseball team for the states or the national series.
Oh.
Go to the US. He's done it a couple times.
Shout out to Landino.
Yeah. So he's over there. So now I'm man in the fort again.
Look, if you need what's it called? Where it's like a free. You know how they do like an internship. If you need an intern, mate, just hit me up on the Saturdays.
Yeah, okay. I don't work Saturdays, but
well,
sure.
That's it.
I do now.
Yeah.
But then yesterday I had the day off, obviously, because I got a chest tattoo probably about 2 months ago. And I just got the outlines done. It's a big chest piece, big black work piece. So I got the outlines done, which took like, I don't know, 4.5 hours to get the lines done. And I was going back yesterday, to get the shading done. Now, last time when I got there, he shaved it, and I got ingrown hairs.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be smart here. I'm going to wax that shit. So I got my chest waxed. Had a reaction to the wax. So I waxed it Thursday night. Smart guy. Day before a tattoo. Wax, pull every hair on my chest out. Had a reaction. Not ideal. Rocked up to the tattoo studio, took my shirt off, and he's like, I can't tattoo that, bro. I was like, that kind of sucks. And he's like, bro.
What did you expect?
Yeah. And then the manager was like, "Yeah, no, that's bad. Like, you should if you're gonna wax your chest, wax it like 3-4 days before."
Yeah, I was thinking that was weird.
Yeah, look, I didn't
when you
think
told
about
me
it.
you're waxing your chest.
So I looked at him and like, I don't want to be a dog. Obviously paid a booking, didn't want to rock up, and then he can't tattoo me. He's booked the whole day out, doesn't let the money. So I was like, "Look, man, you got any flash? Any excuse to get tattoos?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I got heaps of flash pieces." So I was like, "All right, no stress, man. Show me what you got, and we'll do that instead. I'll start working on my arm." So ended up, like, you can see the stencils, mate. I had like a sparrow on my shoulder, a little turtle there, and
a
iconic
slug.
Gary the snail without the shell from SpongeBob.
Nice.
But so he stenciled all those, and then I seen a tiger that he had, and I hell liked it. So he stenciled that on my forearm. Not like a huge piece, right?
Does it sort of yeah, actually, no, yeah, go on. Sorry. Go on.
3.5 hours, bro, for that. Like, it's a good piece. It is clean work, man. 3.5 hours. Because when he started tattooing, I was like, "Oh, we'll knock that out in like an hour and a half. That one an hour and a half. That one there probably about an hour. The slug fucking like 5 minutes." Nah, psych. I lied.
It makes you wonder, like, first of all, what the fuck? Like, because you can see, when you're getting tattooed, the ink's obviously dripping on your skin as well, like, just from when they're doing it. And you're like, it looks covered.
Yeah.
And they wipe it, and they've done fuck all. And you're like,
Yeah. So, like, obviously in here, the crease, they call it the devil's ditch, they call it.
Yeah.
Apparently it's one of the most painful places on your body to get
Bro,
tattooed.
I was literally about to say, when you see that stencil, did it make you, like, kind of nervous when you saw
We
the
put it
stencil
on there,
go
and he was
over it?
like, "Look, I'm going to try and move it out of your elbow because that is incredibly painful. I'll push it down." Then he goes and gets a stencil, whacks it on, he's like, "Ah." And I was like, "Fuck it, bro, just do it. Like, I'll be fine." Can't.
It's not great.
Astronomically sore, man. It's bruising already. It's going all purple in there.
If you want to know how bad it is, just get an elastic band, do that whipping thing that you can do with your fingers, and just do that over and over again on the inside of your elbow. On that little, like,
self-inflict pain on yourself.
It's-
We're not all for self-harm here, but if you do want to self-harm, do it.
And then, just think
'Cause
about
I've-
that 1,000 times a minute.
It's fucked. Like, and like my arms, I couldn't bend my arm because of how swollen they got.
Yeah, and it feels cut. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was 3.5 hours, and then I ended up getting a little 444 on my bicep. And these look like they're infected, but it is just white ink.
Yep. 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4. So ended up getting that, and now I'm addicted again, and now instead of finishing my chest
I'm
piece, I
proud
think
of
I'm going
myself,
back
man.
next weekend to get more tattoos on my arm.
Yeah, because it's been like a long time since I've had tattoos now. I think the last time I got a tattoo was probably earlier than this time last year. It would have been before.
Really?
I think so. I don't think I got a tattoo when I was in prep, and I started
No,
prep
you didn't.
after my birthday.
Yeah, right. That's kind of crazy. Because that was
been
my
a
last
while.
tattoo, and that was 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
I just love them. But like that there on my arm, like these 3 tattoos on my arm was worth an extra $1,000.
It's pretty fucked.
It is expensive. I'm all for it. Like, good work, I'll pay for it. But
Yeah.
like,
You just think about it, and now that you're in karting as well, you're like, this $1,000.
it's 3 sets of tires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't-
that's 1/4 of an engine.
And this just goes to show what we're talking about last week about fuck you money and how we need fuck you money.
If I had fuck you money, I'd be covered, man. Like I'm
Pretty sure I would have no more spots left on my body.
like my whole
get a
chest. I'd have my neck done by this stage. I just got to be careful with my line of work. It kind of.
But if you had
angers-
fuck you money, you wouldn't have to worry about it, would
No,
you?
that's what I'm saying. Fuck
Yeah.
you money. I don't have to worry about that. But like because of the profession I'm in, I do interviews with people. And I need to build relationships with them. So
you can build a
younger
good
people-
relationship when you don't give a shit.
Exactly.
You know?
People my age don't care, or people even like around the 30s, they accept it now. If I'm interviewing old fucking Fran, who's 55, and her husband's just died, and
Yep.
she's looking to refinance a house loan, and I come in with a fucking some bullshit neck tattoo and a teardrop, she's
Yeah.
walking out. Fran's
Yeah.
feeling intimidated.
She
She's
is.
in the corner with a walking stick, like, stay away from me, boy. It's probably also because I'm black. She's probably got some racism still from her generation.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, so I gotta wait till I get fuck you money to do that. Love my second mum. Love my second.
Literally fits the bill.
Walks
Yeah.
in your house, just gets beat.
Anyway.
But that brings me on to the next thing, just quickly.
Oh my
How
God.
fucked is Nelson Piquet or whatever?
Nelson Piquet.
I fucking hate him.
Nelson Piquet is a flog. And then he goes and tries to back up his comments.
To
and he's
Lewis
saying-
Hamilton,
Yeah,
by
he's
the way.
trying to back up his comments saying that it means like an endearing term for like guy or brother.
Yeah, like your
and then
brother.
literally every Brazilian there is like,
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And
so
then-
for those who don't know, Nelson Piquet, I don't know
Yeah,
how to say his name,
Nelson
did
Piquet.
an interview and basically called Lewis Hamilton a
An
N-word.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have the
I
N-word
could
part.
say it, but I'm not going to.
No.
Especially because on like audio, it sounds like I'm just white.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
He called him an N-word. And, yeah,
And then
basically
just got
copped a lot of
backlash.
backlash.
And
I think, have they revoked his paddock pass?
He's not allowed at any F1 venue. And here's the thing, right? And here's why people were like, no, like people should lift the ban, blah, 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 blah. Like he apologized. He didn't even say it was like, he said it wasn't even the case, you know, like he didn't mean what it meant. Here's how I know he meant it. When he got asked about who was better driver, him or Ayrton Senna, his response was, well, I'm alive.
I watched that interview back, the whole
That's
thing. And
disgusting.
he's an arrogant asshole, bro.
Nelson Piquet is a fuckwit. So
I love Lewis Hamilton's remarks, though. Like, he did it to someone else.
someone tweeted and was like, imagine if Lewis Hamilton just tweeted, who the fuck's Nelson Piquet? And he just retweeted and said, imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even, like, I think there was, what's his name? Franz Toast that said something about Lewis a while ago. And then,
Yeah, tossed. He was like,
Toast.
what's
I
your
call him
thoughts
Toast.
on
the
on
driver's
blah,
salary
blah, blah,
cap?
blah. And he was like, who's that?
Yeah. It's so cold, bro.
Yeah, I know. The
But I
goat.
found it, because obviously all the F1 drivers and shit back Lewis and were like,
Mm.
there's no place for this. Heard nothing from Red Bull, because obviously Yuri Vips said
Yeah.
the N-word on his podcast.
Yeah.
And then nothing from Max Verstappen, to which I then clicked. He's dating Kelly Piquet.
Yeah.
And then it clicked to me. I was like, oh, shit.
Bro, he will not, like...
Well, he did a statement at the before FP1. And he was like, there's no place for it in the sport. It should never have been said. And then the interviewer asked the question, have you called up your father-in-law to tell him off? And he's like, what? That's not my place, which I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, it only
Yeah, it
clicked
was
then. I was
wild.
like, oh, shit.
Speaking of Silverstone, it's going to be interesting. The top four, what was Sainz, then Hamilton,
P1, Hamilton,
then Norris,
and then
Perez.
Perez, yeah.
Or was it Verstappen?
No, Verstappen's fourth.
Yeah.
I think Leclerc's fifth. And
Right, it's
sixth.
going to be
Alonso sixth or something like that. Alonso's seventh.
I'm keen for practice 3 and quali and then the race. It's going to be interesting.
I don't really take much with practices because cars they're experimenting.
Yeah,
setups.
I was more so looking, not necessarily how it was distributed in terms of times. It was more so just the car behaviour. Mercedes looks planted, bro.
It does. But Mercedes are always, this year they've said they're better through high-speed corners and slow.
Yeah,
and
Silverstone was always going to be the more favourable track, but it's
same
more,
with McLaren. McLaren struggles with slow, but
it's
they're
more
good
how
at
they
like-
go on that hanger straight.
Yeah.
If they're, I don't know, man. I'm keen. I don't think Mercedes have a chance of winning. I think it's Verstappen's going to run away with it still, but
Yeah, I think it's just crazy, eh? Like, Lewis has the best car. Everyone goes, oh, he only won because of the car.
Verstappen's got the clearly best car.
the best
this year.
all-round car. The Ferrari might be better in like certain sections of a track, but if you look at overall pace through the whole track, the Red Bull is the better car. In every track it goes to, it is always fighting.
But
for
then,
P2 or
then
P1.
the argument will be, well, but the engines, it's just the faster engine. But literally, like, then that's the same argument for Hamilton's rocket ship engine that they had last year. It doesn't really. Yeah. Point is, you can't fucking extrapolate the information that you want when it's necessary. You have to either take all of the information or none of it. So you're either going to say it's the car or the driver. If you're saying it's the car, Verstappen's just the car.
Yeah.
You're saying it's the driver, then Hamilton and Verstappen are both fucking good drivers.
Which they are. They're
Which
above
they
and
are.
beyond. Like, you look at last year, those two cars, they were gapping the
They were
entire
gapping their
field,
teammates.
Bro. Like,
And Bottas is fucking competitive with George Russell, was apparently better than Hamilton, in a fucking Alfa Romeo.
yeah.
And Hamilton was gapping Bottas. So, like, despite whichever way you look at it, they're both fucking
I'm convinced
extremely good.
If you put, like, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, I'm going to say Charles Leclerc, and then we'll say Perez, because they're the top four, in the same car this year, I'm convinced it goes Hamilton, Verstappen, and I think Leclerc and Perez are a long way down the list.
Dude,
As
like-
far as, like, times or overall, like, if you covered it over a race,
in a qualifying, Verstappen wins in one lap pace.
yep.
But in consistency, I
Lewis's
think
race pace his whole year's been good.
it's actually been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced, man, you put them in a thing, Lewis and Max will run away, and I think by the end of like a 50-lap race, if you had those four, I reckon they're 20 seconds in front of Charles Leclerc and Perez. Easy. They're in another league, man. They're not even... You can't even compare, which then brings you to the topic of, like, Daniel Ricciardo when he debuted for Red Bull. If he had a good car, bro, he was trancing Lewis Hamilton, man. There's just so many ifs.
I
in
hate it.
Formula 1,
I
eh?
hate it. It's interesting, that's for sure. What was I going to say now? That completely went off topic. And
Sorry.
It's fine. It's a good thing to go off topic. But yeah, Silverstone, looking forward to that. That's for sure.
Yeah, so am I. It's going to be a good race.
Yeah, I'm really, really keen. We had a couple of questions sent in, mate.
Yep.
One was from a mate of mine. Didn't actually send it to the potty page.
Okay.
Would you rather have a "Where's my hug" son, or a "I don't have a gag reflex" daughter?
Would I rather have?
So, would you rather have a son that's always like, "Where's my hug at," or a daughter that's like, "I don't have a gag reflex"? Would you rather have a hoe or a pussy, basically? Can you imagine? Like, you're jacked in your ideal world. You're jacked, ripped.
I'm a jacked,
you're
intimidating fucking
yeah.
father.
And your son
is like,
"Hey, where's my hug?"
Hey, a pick-me boy. Basically, would you rather a pick-me pussy boy or a hoe daughter? Hoe daughter, that's a flex.
Because
my daughter can suck the soul out of anyone.
Because if it ever happens in my house, I'm beating the fuck out of the guy.
That's what I'm saying. If you're intimidating, you're chilling.
Yeah.
But like, by all means. So at this stage, I'm gonna have my dad circle, get all the daughters in the ring,
and
in
if my daughter's a hoe and she ends up pregnant, I ain't forking out shit for her. That's her own fault for being a hoe.
Well, she's not gonna be a hoe because she can suck the soul out of anyone. She got no gag reflex.
Yeah, that's it.
She's swallowing.
Yeah, that's true.
Put all the daughters from the dad's friend group in a ring and say, "Fucking let's go at it, my dudes."
Moving on.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how. Like, honestly, I've never put myself in these shoes, but I do feel for fathers that have a hoe daughter, because if that's me and my daughter's bringing home guys, it's not happening under my roof.
I know.
And this might be sexist to a certain extent, but I seen a female say this on a podcast. I listened to a female say exactly what I'm about to say.
Okay.
It's different. Between guys and girls, it's different. Take it how you want to, and everyone's going to be like, "That's bullshit, it shouldn't be," but it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but even then, I still didn't bring girls round.
I won't.
I live at home out of respect,
and I won't bring girls around my house because I respect my parents.
Not under my fucking roof.
Nah, and it is different in society.
And even if I heard my son clapping, I'd be like, "Keep it the fuck down and don't do it when I'm here."
Or do it late at night and keep it quiet and get her out before the morning.
Best believe I'm catching Z's before you're catching fucking cheeks, mate.
Yeah. Because it's just respect, man. It's nothing about being... It's just like, I'm not bringing a girl to my house just to fuck with my parents' home.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately in society, I'm telling you, it's different. I don't view it as different. Like, if in my family, when I have my daughter or my son or whatever, my son, I'm not going to appreciate it if he brings girls over, and I'm also not going to appreciate it if my daughter brings guys over. But I'm telling you, society, major norms would consider it different between the sexes. It is what it is. Like, just deal with it.
Just, accept it.
I'm not saying it's correct, but I'm just saying that's what it is.
Well, speaking of girls.
Cancelled.
Speaking of girls, would you rather, this is another one we got sent in, would you rather have your girlfriend, hypothetically by the way, cheat with someone hotter or uglier than you? Now, here's the thing, right? If they're hotter...
That's motivation.
It's motivation.
You're going to be in the gym hitting PRs every
they're
week.
doing something physically better than you by being hotter. If they're uglier than you,
Are we talking
emotionally, you're not feeling some sort of need here. Because it's not on a physical attraction level. If we're talking...
She's just a hoe.
If both parties agree, right, so we're talking hotter or uglier according to both parties, because, you know...
Fuck both parties. The girlfriend's a hoe.
Yeah, she is regardless. She fucking cheated on me. You're fucking dead to me.
Yeah.
But you're, like... If you both agree that this person's uglier, then it's an emotional thing. If you both agree that they're more attractive, it's a physical thing.
So if she's... that's
the general consensus?
If they're more attractive, it's motivation to go, well, I could be... Some people are just born looking like fucking thumbs.
If
and
their own...
Unfortunately,
if their own reason is for the fact that they're more attractive, so they're hotter, then you just literally exceed in every aspect of physical attraction that you can. And that's... If you get more attractive and that's their motivation, then they might hit you back or regret it. Cool, that's a fucking win, because if they hit you back, you just reject them anyway. If they don't, it doesn't really fucking matter. Yep. You've leveled up.
It's the satisfaction of knowing that they're going, oh, fuck, I fucked up here.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, fucking too
Whereas
bad.
if they're uglier, not only has your girlfriend dropped their standards from a physical aspect, but you've obviously not met their standards from an emotional aspect too.
Or, Yep.
So I think
I think I'm going
I'd rather
hotter
work on me physically than emotionally.
than
To be
emotionally.
honest,
'Cause emotionally is pretty
that's
tough to work
character
on.
development. You can deal with that
But
later.
then see, like, I don't know if they still
But it would
watch-
also hurt my ego knowing that like that there's someone obviously more attractive that they've just jumped onto.
It depends
but
how you
less.
look at it though, bro.
I'd rather be angry than sad.
Yeah.
So
I just look at it in the way that, like, after my breakup, I think I had a glow up.
Mhm.
This is, I think they're gonna watch this. I'm just gonna say it. I I think my. Where you going, bro?
go ahead and say it, man. Go ahead and say it.
I just think that.
I think you had a glow up after the relationship. Yes, I
I'm
think
gonna leave it-
I
we'll
think
leave it
you,
at
I
that.
think you've done better after the relationship,
I think we'll just leave it
and
as
that's
that.
where we're gonna leave it.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I think I've had a glow up. Take it how you want to.
And to be honest, it doesn't fucking matter what anyone else thinks. If
No.
you think you've had a glow up, great, cool, that's better.
yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. So, yeah, I think more attractive.
Yeah, I go more attractive. I could deal with the physical, improving myself physically, but improving yourself mentally takes a lot more effort.
And it's not only that, like, you might actually be the fucking perfect person, and you've just gaslighted yourself into thinking that you're not a good person, and it's actual fact, it's just their preference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly
like,
right.
you might actually be the best, and you like, standalone, everything you're doing makes you happy, and then you think all of a sudden you have to change because they've fucking gone for someone, yeah. Which, do I go into this?
I don't know where you're going with this, so I can't give any advice on whether you should
So-
talk about this or not.
I got into a discussion with my girlfriend about this, and just about what the thoughts are on girls versus guys cheating. And it was basically, and she
Very
just,
dangerous
she
conversation
disagreed.
to have with your girlfriend.
Yeah,
by the way.
it was. She brought it up to me because she was having this conversation with someone else, but she wasn't happy with my answer. And I didn't 100% agree with
I pretty
my own.
much know what your answer's
Yeah,
going to be.
I didn't 100% agree with my answer. Like, I'm still like, either way, it's fucked. But the motive behind cheating, girls versus guys, the general consensus being, do you think guys cheat more because of a physical reason, and it means, I guess, less to them, versus a girl who's like, it's basically premeditated and emotional?
This is what I was trying to say before and with the whole guys bringing girls home and girls bringing guys home.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not even in society. And I seen this on a podcast, and a lady said this. So bear in mind, an actual female said this, and I'm pretty sure she's like a psychiatrist or something like that. And she goes, a man can like have sex, and he considers it a handshake. It's just like yep, it's done. There's no ties. That's all it is. All I did was fuck. Whereas a female has sex, and apparently, typically, females build connection from that, and that's how their body works. You got to have a connection for the majority of them. So in that aspect, it's different. And she said a female, if she cheats on a guy, she's left. She's out of the relationship. She's checked out. Whereas a guy could cheat on a girl and be like, just fuck, that's it. I still love you. Which is fucked up.
It is. And once again, cheating's completely fucked. And this is the only thing I'm going to say on it in terms of this argument. More often than not, the general case is a girl requires... There's a rule that like people have, won't have sex on the first date, for example. Or you have to prove yourself to the girl before she's like, yep, I'm going to have sex with you. You have to have shown her something in more cases than not if it's a serious thing. So, she has to feel like you're not going to just fucking ditch her, you're not just using her, or she sees something for you to be able to have sex with her. Most cases. And if it's not the case, that's fine. That's not my point. We're talking on like a majority here.
Yeah.
Whereas how many guys do you go that's like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex on the first date, like if like they'll do it straight away. So that being said, it means that like if you're in a relationship and your girlfriend cheats, it probably means that there's been a build up of this.
She's put some thought into that, or some effort.
And they've also proven themselves to them that she wants to sleep with them.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of that's a build up.
Yeah.
Whereas the guy side of things, it's like I was drunk
and I was horny. I want to smash.
And once again, that's disgusting, and it's
fucked.
wrong.
Yeah,
but if we're talking, this is the whole argument that was presented to me. That was my way in on it. I was like, yeah, I feel like it's more of an emotional build-up thing from a girl's standpoint, where the boyfriend's not satisfying that need.
Yeah, and it's not the physical need.
And the guy is, and for the guy, it's not even that the physical needs being met. It's just that they're a fucking idiot and they think with their dick, and that's it.
Yeah.
And once again, neither of them are more justifiable than the other.
Nah, they're both
it's just that's where I believe the mindset is for both parties.
But then, like, I don't know, man, because like there's some fucking pretty fuck females out there now as well as guys.
I think either way, both of it.
Because I actually don't have a set answer for this.
Neither do I.
Because I think it's fucked that there's a difference. They're both fucked outcomes or reasons to do it. Like, I don't condone cheating at all. I think, and I'll call my mates. If any of my mates cheat, I'll call them out. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'll say that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a black and white answer anymore. I don't think.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is then after we had a conversation about it, I was leaning more towards down the middle because I didn't really have like an opinion either way. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah, having those conversations with your significant other,
because you can't like.
You can't.
It's not like you're walking on eggshells because at the end of the day, you are who you are, and what you believe is what you believe.
And opinions are always valid,
but
it's just not.
You still got to be careful.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this brings.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know
in the comments what you think.
I'll get flamed. We'll get flamed by someone.
Speaking of that, if you like, it's good to know that you guys are enjoying the podcast and stuff. But leave some comments below in the YouTube videos.
Help us with the algorithm.
Get it pumping.
Views plateaued and they've
gone back up again.
Yeah, so we do love you guys.
The subscriber to the viewing ratio is good.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I bloody I thought of something the other day that really kind of like pissed me off, And I like again, this is on the fuck. We need to start talking about sex here.
I was about to say because we need to stop talking about sex and females versus males because I just feel like we're just going to become this podcast where we're just bashing on females.
I'm not going to say anything.
But nah, look, what is it? Like,
nah.
We'll save it for the next podcast. Is that a quick one?
Yeah. No, we'll just leave it.
Okay, cool.
You want to go?
Oh, you go. If you got something.
No, I just had something that really bugged me today. And it gets on my nerves more than it should. All right? And it's like parents or adults, anyone, in fact, that feel the need to explain their whole fucking life story and they can't just get to the point. I do not have the time, and I'm not trying to be a rude cunt to you, but like...
I have somewhere to be or something better to do.
Something that I just spit it out. I don't need the whole... Like, okay, I don't want to say this because I love him. I get it.
If you don't want to say it, I can give another example, but yeah, go on.
No, it's about my mum.
Okay.
I love my mum.
Yeah.
And it's about, like, absolutely, and, like, my dad does it too. And I love them both.
Yeah.
But, like, just text me and say, so I got a text, Mum went to the dentist today, and she had to get a tooth pulled. And I got a text saying, are you going to be home later on? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was
probably,
about to go off on this.
Yeah, probably, but I don't fucking know. Yep. I don't plan my days.
Yep.
I'm till Saturday. It's my free days. I do what I feel when I feel. So I was like, probably, why? And she goes, oh, well, I went to the dentist and I got my tooth pulled and it really hurt and my head's fucked and I'm dizzy and Nan's driving me home. She's gone to the chemist for me, but I need to go to the shops and get some like dog food and some mints. And I just sent back, so do you need me to go to the shops? And she's like, yes, please. Just text me and say that. Hey, can you go to the shops on your way home and get this for me? Done.
Yeah.
I don't need to know your life story or why I need to go to the shops. If I can't make it, I'll say, oh, I can't really do that. Why, though? And if there's a reason, I'll make time for it.
This is going to back onto something else.
But I don't need it. Yeah. I do not need your life story. Just send me a fuck question and ask me straight out, hey, Josh, can you go to the shops on the way home?
This is going to back me up into like 3 separate things, all right? So first of all, I agree. When someone fucking wants to do something or they need a favor, they don't just fucking ask you for the favor. They have to like beat around the bush.
Yeah.
And then they'll get annoyed if you can't have a conclusive answer. The second thing that annoys me is the fact that it seems wrong when you don't want to do plans. Like when someone says, do you want to do something? And then I'm like, well, it depends what you want to do. And they're like, well, and they'll give something and I won't want to do it. So it's like, for example, they'll be like, let's say I hate fucking playing golf. I love it, but let's say I hate. And they're like, do you want to do something? And I'm like, oh, maybe, potentially. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? If you want to do golf or something? And I'll be like, nah. And then, like, I should be able to know what the plan is, so I can say yes or no. I shouldn't have to give you my time first, and then we decide what we do. Because I'm not about to make plans and then go fucking hold hands and do something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So if I back out of something because you've made plans, and then all of a sudden it's something I really don't want to do, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. I have
Get to the point.
My time's valuable.
Yes.
Just say, hey, man, I was going to go play golf. Do you want to come? No,
That's
that's
it.
fine.
I'm
Not,
thinking of
do you
playing
wanna-
golf or thoughts
Yeah.
on thoughts on playing golf.
Yeah,
Cool.
just
when?
leave it like that.
Yep.
Because don't blackmail me or fucking make me feel bad for asking what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then if once I don't want to do it, say, oh, well, no, sorry, mate. And
It's
then they get shitty because you don't want to see them.
it's fucking annoying. Or like back in the day when you used to have, you know, people messaging you saying, can you cover a shift or whatever, and they give you the whole life story. Hey, I'm really fucking sick, Bob. Just ask me if I can cover the shift or not, because I don't want
Yeah.
your fucking sub story. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just say, what do you want? I'm fucking sick of 4 different message exchanges before you get
Yeah.
to the point.
I feel like people need to accept the fact that not everything requires an explanation. I don't need to tell you why I don't want to do something or why I do want to do something. Just a simple no or yes. Do you want to go play golf? No, I can't. Sorry, man. I don't need to give you I actually went to bed late last night and I went to the gym yesterday and I'm feeling kind of sore. I don't need to tell you that.
Do you know who's really good at that? And I respect him for it?
Who?
Tyler.
Yeah.
And Adam does it as well.
Yeah, Adam's pretty just like,
They're
no.
both just like, I'll pass.
Yeah.
And like at first, it wouldn't annoy me because I'm like, fair enough.
No, at the first it's kind of abrupt. You're like, oh, okay, well, he doesn't want to see us. But
Yeah.
then you're kind
But
of
then
like,
you're like,
I'd rather
no,
that.
respect to that.
And I'm really bad with this. I personally am really bad at making quick decisions, and it's something I'm trying to work on where I can just straight up be like, no, I can't do it. Because like, as bad, it's not fuck everyone else's feelings, but like if it doesn't benefit me, I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah. And this just goes back to me, like, I like my own time sometimes. And in a group environment, and people think it's because I'm cracking us out or something.
No.
But if they want to do something that I want to do, I'll be like, I'm good, I'll stay here and I'll just see you guys afterwards. You go enjoy it.
Yeah.
And apparently they think I'm being fucking antisocial or, you know, a sook or something. And I'm like, I genuinely don't want to do it.
No. Like I literally just don't.
Like, I don't know, something comes to mind about walking to the city
Yeah.
when we were on a holiday, walking into town. They wanted to drive. And I was like, I'll walk. I don't care.
Yeah, because you need to get steps in.
And then it was a huge deal.
And,
And I was like, I'm in fucking prep. Like, I need steps.
And then like, me, you, and yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
But yeah, it's just shit like that. It's like,
With
let
certain
me
people
make
just
my
take
own decision.
insult to it. And it's like, there's no insult needed, bro. I just don't have to do what you want to do.
I know,
Yeah.
literally. I forgot one of the other things that reminded me of, so I'm not going to go into that. But another thing that annoyed me today, or just in general, because I've been taking public transport, like trains now, because I've got to train into work. Slow walkers, just in front of you, that are just obnoxious about where they're going. Like, they don't stick to a line. They're just slow. And the other thing is people who think they're fucking trying to be speed racer, beating you to the train door when they're behind you, trying to push past you. Like, no.
You got no idea what it's like. Like when I was touring the subway in New York, bro. Oh my fucking god.
Same with fucking Italy and London. They're fucking pushy. I'm assuming New York's probably worse, to be honest. But it's like, you're fucking behind me. Relax.
Yep.
And there was one woman who was trying to push past me, and I knew exactly the seat she was going for, so I just didn't let her go for it and sat there.
Yeah.
And then she got pissed, and she was like, basically the look of, are you going to let me sit down because you're younger than me? And I'm like, you're fucking 40. You can stand.
Yeah. If you're 50...
This isn't a priority seat either. This is a normal seat. Like,
if you're 50 or had a walking stick, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're fucking
If I-
35, Karen. Fuck off.
If I was sitting in the priority seat and you were older than me, and like you were older, not some...
I'd still sit there.
Yeah.
But maybe I might feel a little bit bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. I might feel a bit guilty. I'm still going to sit there.
I might
'cause
actually second guess
because
whilst I'm sitting here.
early bird gets the worm.
You know,
But
I might sit here and like look around like, oh,
look, is anyone else going to offer the seat? Oh,
nah.
damn.
That sucks.
Sorry, you know. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not in a priority seat. I'm in the middle of the fucking carriage. Stand up.
Yeah. Slow walkers
Grow
annoy
up.
me though.
Yeah. Slow
Like-
walkers.
People that are not observant to their surroundings. So like if you're walking in a busy shopping centre and they're walking down the middle.
And they're 6 wide.
You got the left and the right. And I feel like general consensus, left goes that way. You're always on your left. And they're walking there with their pram, their big fucking 8'2" Samoan dad and 6 children. Taking up the entire width of carousel. And they're just strolling.
Yep.
Like, fuck me.
Yeah. And your kids are having a fucking sumo wrestling match in
Yeah.
the corner by the bin because they've just had too much fucking Mars bars.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's,
That really pisses
I
me
hate
off,
slow
dude.
walkers, man.
Like, I feel like mums with prams are over entitled. They think they own the space, and you don't own the space. Susan, fuck off. You
Yeah.
got- like, fuck. I'm gonna ankle tap your pram.
Bro,
Your kid's
I
gonna
will,
fall
I will
out.
put a stick in the spokes of your fucking wheel and just make that pram flip. Or people who pull out of car parks expecting to just be let in. Like there's no signal. They just pull out and you're like, I'm not letting you in.
Join the fucking queue, buddy.
It's not happening.
No.
There was a roundabout you could have gone to. That exit would have put you in the line. No, you decided to cut a corner, cut through fucking Macca's and pull out earlier.
Yep.
Not happening.
especially when it's like a green arrow and it's like you do let them in because you're feeling nice, but they're incredibly slow and they goes orange and they break. Brother, it's on.
Or people who pull into the bus lane to make an overtake in bus lane hours, and then turns out they're stuck behind a bus, and then they're expected to get let back in after they've just clearly sped past you. Not happening.
Well, I had it today, on the way to breakfast this morning. I'll tell you, every bad driver in Perth is out. Like, I was pulling up to the lights to turn right.
Weekend's fucked.
And they were in the right lane, and I'm probably from me to like that little wall out there that I built, and he just indicates the left, just pulls straight out in front of me and slows right down. Because we're coming to a stop, and I'm like, so I'm riding his ass, and then he like comes to the stop, brake checks me, and then speeds up again, and he's like, I can see him laughing in the mirror, and I'm like, this cunt. So like, he came around the corner, pulled into the right lane, went to go past him, he speeds up obviously, and then slows back down. Luckily, we reached another car, and then the car was slow, so I cut in front of the other car, like safely obviously. Got in front of him and went, and then he pulls alongside me, and he's trying to put his window down and yell at me and shit, and I'm just fucking like, what? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, no shit. I did that one time at night too. This guy floored it past me, cut me off, so I floored it around him and went in front of the car ahead of him.
Yep.
And then, like, he was speeding to catch up to me, and then he aggressively changed lanes to get around me as I was pulling to the side of another car. I sped up, and I just stayed next to the other car, so he couldn't go either lane to get past me, and he was fucking livid. Yeah. And I was like, you get what you fucking get, mate.
You want to drive like a fuckwit, mate? Oh, fucking
Don't underestimate my ability to drive like a fuckwit.
This goes back to the...
Back to the what?
Like the very first or second podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about...
Refuse to be overtaken.
Yeah, I can't, man. It's not happening.
It is...
I have, like... I could be heading down south from fucking Perth. If someone cuts me off and they're going to Joondalup, I'm fucking changing my route until I cut him off.
100%, unequivocally.
Without a doubt. I will drive across the country if it means I have to drive that. If you're pulling into your driveway, as I said, I'm taking out your letterbox.
I'll search your number plate on .gov.wa website, and I'll find out who you are, what car it is, and I'll find you.
That's it. It's happening.
It's like...
I don't care if it's 30 years down the track.
Yeah.
And you're in a golf cart, and we're on the same course together. Guess who's getting cut off?
Guess who's copping a driver?
You could be in your hearse.
Drivers into a golf cart.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly. You could be in a hearse.
Yeah.
And I'm in a hearse too. We're both dead. I'm leaving a note. I'm leaving a note in my fucking hand as I die. Cut this motherfucker off.
Yeah.
Whether it's before the grave, on the road to the graveyard,
into the grave,
and someone comes crashed in, and made sure they position my finger like this with a clear. Crystal clear fucking box. Just
it's like
the finger.
So like I've had speeding tickets obviously, as I got my license, and I'd had like 3 $100 fines, and I'd never lost a demerit point in like 2 or 3 years, and there was one. Over the space of 2 weekends, bro, I lost 8. I got 8 demerit, so I didn't lose because you get. I got 8.
I hate that. It should be losing.
It should.
Yeah, but
I got 8 demerit points in the space of like 2.5 weeks. So if I get 4 demerits, I'll lose my license. Once you hit 12, you lose it. I don't give a fuck about my demerit points if I've been overtaken.
No shit. I remember.
I refuse. I'll do 100 in a school zone if I need to get past you.
Yeah, without a doubt. I've lost demerits because of Macaulay riding my ass on the way to Wilbinga. Yeah. That was fucked.
Do you remember that time when I was like, were you with us? No, I think it was me, Willie. I think you might have been. I don't know. And I called back and I was like, speed camera in front. And
yeah, because we thought you were taking the piss.
Yeah,
I remember.
You got flashed.
Yeah, so you called back, you're like, guys, speed camera ahead. And then I'm fucking...
Doing the right thing
I'm racing Macaulay. And he's on my ass. And in the photo...
A-Series is singing.
I'm sitting at 8,000 RPM at 70 k's an hour in 5th gear because it's fucking revving off its tits. And he's riding my ass, and you can see in the photo of me getting my speeding ticket, he's literally like a metre away from me, and he didn't get fuck all.
No, you can't flash that fast.
Livid. So pissed. And I saw it flash, and I was like, don't tell me that was a speed camera.
Just trying to do the right thing and call back, and I get absolutely fucking grilled.
That was a good day, that was.
Yeah, I just hear over the mic on the UHF, it was like, I was like, nah. You're like, we thought you were taking the piss.
Yeah, we were both like on the UHF straight away. We're like, fuck.
And me and Willie are laughing.
Bro, I miss those days, man.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I'm about to put the cruiser up for sale.
You've been saying that for 3 years.
Nah, because I need to do things to get it ready to sell for the price I want. But I can't don't have time. But I need to do it because the market at the moment is ridiculous. But like, I just sit here and I'm gonna admit, like, that is my car. Like, I love that car. Like, I don't think if anyone loves a car, I'll guarantee I love my car more than I love. Like, it is part of me. Like, that cruiser is me. But, like, fuck, I'm going to miss. Like, that day was fun as fuck. Like, they're always good, man.
That day when Brady's car shut himself, sorry, Brady, when we pulled to the side of the road, had beers and, like, set the Weber up.
How
And
good
just
was that?
in the middle of
Out the front
nowhere,
of someone's
just
like-
outside someone's house. We pulled up the fucking chairs, the trestle table, got some beers,
Cracked
got
the
the Weber
Weber
out,
open,
made
cooked the
some
bub.
snags.
Yeah.
That was mid.
Drove on a private road in Mexico.
Drove in
home
Mexico,
half-
private roads.
half cut. Yeah.
As passengers.
As passengers, we were in the driver's seat as a passenger.
It was one of those things where,
Left-hand
like, the
drive.
driver was asleep and we were kind of, like, steering for him.
Yeah. He was using the accelerator and stuff, though.
Yeah.
We're in the... Yeah. But...
It's fun. Good.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, man. I'm going to miss that shit. But I feel like I'm either going to get, like, a Beamer as a smooth, nice daily, or, like, a Colorado, go back to, like, what I had before.
I think what I'm going to do is get another 80 series project car, though. That's the goal.
You got the Falcon. Just
the
get like
Falcon.
find a cheap registered 80 and then just
Over time.
slowly start doing
Yeah.
shit to it, you know?
Got to service my Falcon soon.
Yeah, I need to service mine as well, actually.
Might do
Another
that
thing to add
soon.
to the list.
Yeah.
I'll service it before I sell it. But I just can't be bothered with because like the Cruiser I'm going to probably put up for about 75, 80 grand. That's what I'm going to put up for.
That's
I
a
won't
nice
get
deposit.
that, but like I'm wanting around 60, 65. And I can't be fucked with people with low balls coming in and looking at 75
Bro,
and offer me 50.
Some guy
I will
messaged
knock
me-
you out in the spot,
Some
Craig.
guy messaged me when I listed my Cruiser and I had it up for 28. And 80 series now, I probably could have sold that for like 40 now.
Yeah,
It's fucked.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. Anyway, he messaged me. He's like, 15 grand cash. Would you take it? And I'm like, no. Cash has no meaning to me anymore.
None.
Cash literally is about a day faster than what a bank transfer
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And he's like, 15 grand cash, take it. I was like, bro, that's less than I paid for it to start with, and I've rebuilt it.
Yeah.
And inflation.
If old mate
I'm
fucking
like, if you think I'm taking 15 grand cash, mate, tell your story walking.
if old mate fucking Craig rocks up to my house and tries to start picking shit apart the car and go, mate, I'll give you 50. It's only worth 50. Craig's copping a fucking pipe wrench to the temple.
Mate,
Craig's going down like a sack of shit.
he's like, if it's only worth 50, why haven't you bought a Cruiser for 50
Yeah.
grand?
Oh, 50, man. You show me a cruise like this for 50 grand. Go get it. And
Bro,
offer him 20. You
back
fuck
before
with.
inflation was a thing, I was looking at a Cruiser for 44 grand, and that shit had one door handle,
Yeah.
no cup holders,
Yeah.
and 3 seats. And I was like, this shit's falling apart. And I was considering paying 44 grand for it.
Yeah.
Now, that car that you've got, someone said that's 50 grand, I'd fucking king hit them.
Yeah. At what point do you reckon he stops lowballing, though? Do you reckon, like, I put it up for 80 or 75, he offers me 50. Do you reckon when he goes and sees a $50,000
Cruiser.
$50,000 Cruiser, he's offering 30, and when he sees a 30, he's offering 15,
I
and
don't
when he
know.
sees a 15, he's offering 7.5.
And then at
what
7.5, he's
point do
getting
you
paid
stop
for it.
bargaining, and you just go, you know what, it is worth what they're asking.
And how much is too much of a low ball? I don't know if we can keep this playing in the background. It doesn't matter, it's just space.
I just put a space in.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. But, you know, I hope you think about your selling and whether you want to keep
No,
it.
I'm going to sell it,
Look.
but whether I'm just going to buy another Ford, because I love, it depends if I do what I'm thinking about doing.
There's
and
a
not
lot of
karting,
things.
If I don't want, if I don't end up getting the end, because there's 2 ways it'll go, right? I'll sell the Cruiser, I'll buy like a cheap run around daily, not a piece of shit, because I couldn't do it to myself. Buy a daily, buy a new kart engine, and I'll keep karting. Or I sell the Cruiser, buy something kind of mid-price, like maybe like a Colorado or something, like 25, 30 grand. And then I keep the rest of the money from the Cruiser. And then I'm chilling. So if I do that, then I'm going to go full driving. I don't need to kart as much because I do enjoy getting out. If I'm karting, I don't have time to go full driving. I don't need a full drive. So yeah.
Option B.
Yeah. But anyway.
I think we've gone for quite a while.
An hour.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well for these hour podcast now.
Yeah.
Ever since the revamp, the rebirth, even. Look,
I'm
if you've
gonna-
watched this far,
I'm going to edit.
Mhm.
I'm going to say 20 TikToks today. I've got 20. I reckon there's 20 that. And once I get that SD card and I can export the footage, I'm going to say 20 TikToks. I'm going to have
Okay.
my phone.
look,
Ready
leave
to queue.
leave a comment if you've been watching this far. What should we comment to show that you've been supporting? First of all, how long you been watching for? This is your first episode.
I'm going to timestamp this one, eh?
Yep, sounds good.
Put it in the description.
Yep.
Because I write a spiel, but like I seen shout out Evan Dill now do it, where Ev just goes, like, welcome to this.
I did that
Hope
once.
you enjoy, and then just go boom, 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 boom. Takes time, but like, I plan on editing it. Like, I'll go home now and
As you
edit
go,
it.
yeah.
Actually get to do it. So
Yeah. Leave a comment of just a goat
can I
emoji.
get a capper in the chat.
Get a goat. Get a goat emoji going.
Yeah.
For Hamilton.
Goat
Or
for
Verstappen.
Hamilton.
Who's your goat?
Okay.
Doesn't even have
get
to
a
be
ham
racing. It can be a friggin'. It could be ScoMo if you think ScoMo's the goat.
Yeah.
Just get a goat emoji in the chat.
But yeah,
Other than that, episode 22 has been wrapped up.
done.
Finished.
Finito.
All platforms.
Live.
IG.
In the bio.
TikTok.
On the screen. TikTok. Link tree in the bio. I'll put the link tree in the bio from now on.
Yeah, why not? Why
Okay.
not?
All right.
We're going to change our name back probably to 2JM.
Yeah, we're just going to sit with 2J.
Yeah.
We don't really hear all the gear, no idea.
I don't think we've ever said it other than the first time.
I think when we did the revamp,
We're like,
we
all
were
the
out there, and I was
gear,
like, welcome to all the gear.
yeah, no, it's not happening, it's 2J.
Yeah, we're a bunch of fuckwits.
Yep.
All right.
See ya.
Catches.